This is Godot 4, nice and clean. And this is Godot 1.0 from 12 years ago. It's a miracle that this thing still runs on my computer. So I'll try to make a game in it and see what it was capable of back in the day. And if I manage to not rage quit, doesn't exist, it doesn't exist. And it's working for him. I'll try to open this project in the latest version of Godot and see if it still runs. Let's first see if it even exists or not. Godot 1.0. Whoa, it's there. Okay, we can just download it straight from here. It's just 8.9 megabytes. How many gigabytes is Unreal Engine? AI says it's 18 gigabytes, 8.9 megabytes. But will this even work on Windows 11? Moment of truth. Whoa. It looks so different. For comparison, this is what the latest version of Godot looks like. And this is Godot from 12 years ago. That's crazy. All right, let's make a new project. What do we name it? Okay, let's dedicate it to the developers. And here we have it. Oh, the icon also looks pretty different. Yep, let's open. Oh, this interface, it's so different, yet it feels so cool. This is where it all began. Okay, this is settings here. We can editor settings and show animation. Let's go to editor settings. They still had these customization options like font, background colors and all that, but I kind of like its feel, so I'm not gonna mess with it. So these are some assets I just yoinked from the internet. These are the assets for Flappy Bird. Let's try to recreate Flappy Bird in classic Godot. Okay, this is the inspector and this is the file system. So let's make a new folder here. I'm clicking right mouse button, but nothing is happening here. So what do we do? Oh, here maybe. No parent to instance a child at. How do I make a folder? Can I drag and drop all of these here? Can do that, right? No, we cannot. Then how am I supposed to import something in there? Oh, there it is. We can import it from here, but I want to import an entire folder. In the newer versions, you can just drag and drop files and the engine imports them itself. Notice you're not forced to import textures for 2D projects. Just copy your JPG or .png files to your project. Do I just do it through the file manager? Can I? Let's just copy this and let's go to our project and paste this here. What do I do now? Oh, there's a help section. Okay, this is the documentation on all the nodes. Not what we're looking for. Maybe I need to refresh. Oh, here it is. Cool. Okay, let's make a node. Let's do sprite 2D. It's just called a sprite. All right, texture, load, assets, sprites, background. Here we are. Now if I play it, scene has never been saved. Save before running. I see. Okay, this is funny. In other engines, or even the more recent version of Godot, there must have been an okay here, not I see. So let's save our scene. Now if we play it, finally we have our scene running. Now we want to make another scene. How do we do that? Not the inspector. Okay, that's annoying. Every time I refresh the file system or even save the project, it opens all the folders. See, I have these folders collapsed right now, but as soon as I save, they're all opened. But that's not the biggest issue here. I want to create a new scene. In the newer versions, there's just a bar here. From there, I can switch between different scenes and create new ones. How do I? Oh yeah, there is a scene menu. Yeah. You can create what? Start a new scene, current will be lost. What do you mean by lost? So am I supposed to make the entire game in one scene? Let's try to do that. Whoa, did we really just lose our main scene? Interesting. But the scene is saved here, just that I cannot open it, no matter how much I click on it. Okay, the scene is here. I can play it. We can go to previous scene from here. That's good. But how do I set up like two scenes? Oh, we can instance a node from a scene file. I see. So that's how we do it. So I can create new scenes. I just won't be able to switch to them that easily. So let's add a rigid body. Games have different types of physics bodies. This is a static body. It will collide with other physics bodies like me, but will never move. Never. This is a rigid body. It will also collide with everything, but it also simulates physics. See how I can kick this around. Hope that makes sense. Now we need to give it a collision shape 2D. And let's also add a sprite. And in the texture, let's do the yellow bird. One more thing I want to do is, see its edges are all smoothed out. I want them to be crisp. There should be a setting named filtering. Maybe in render? No, it doesn't look like. It's audio, debug, physics. Oh, maybe this is it. If I disable filter, no, that didn't do anything. Maybe we have something in the sprite 2D.
If I disable this. Okay. Now we get the perfectly crisp edges.
Okay, whatever. Let's just try to place our bird into the scene. Place her here. Now, if we play, yep, we're falling down. Now comes the interesting part where we'll have to program the bird. Let's go back to our bird scene and give her a script. Where do we do that? Edit the node connections. What does connection mean? I see. These are signals. They were called connections in Godot 1.0.
Signals is one of the ways two nodes can talk to each other in Godot. I created a signal that is emitted when I talk. And when this cube receives this signal, it should violently shake. Is it shaking? I can't look back. I'm only programmed to always look at the camera. So you need to tell me, is it shaking?
What's this? Node groups? Nope. Yeah, node script. All right, create.
Whoa, this looks like we've gone really back in time.
Let's just make our first function. Now we can do print hello world. Let's try and run that. Okay, we are seeing hello world here. It's not too different from the newer Godot. Let's try the physics process now. Print. Let's print our linear velocity. Rigid bodies have linear velocity, right? They must. And they don't in Godot 1.0. What if we do just the velocity dot length? Not even velocity exists. And what does? How am I even supposed to program in there? Okay, let's search rigid body 2D in Godot 1.0. Godot 1.0 does not exist. Godot's public open source history began with version 1.0, and they're spending billions in this AI. But it featured a rigid body 2D equivalent, often named rigid body 2D. You cannot make this up. No, this is the Godot 4.0 documentation. We need the Godot 1.0 documentation. We can change the version of the documentation here, but we have as old as version 2.1. Okay, let's go as old as we can. All right, rigid body. And these are the functions. Okay, I can get the linear velocity like this. All right, get linear velocity. Let's store it into a variable var velocity equal get linear velocity. Now if I do print vel.length, will that work? Okay, the game didn't crash this time, but we're not getting anything into the console. The print didn't work. We just print something else to just make sure that it works at least. No, it doesn't seem to be working with anything. Interesting discovery. So physics process just doesn't exist here or what? We're still getting our ready function, right? Okay, only the ready function is working. The physics process is just not working at all. What if we search for process? I wrote the exact same function, but it's not working.
Maybe I need to set the process to true like here.
Okay, set process to true. Now if you play, and now it's working. So that's all I had to do. Process is disabled on the objects by default.
That's not the case in Godot 4, but now we need to get rid of this error.
Invalid get index global position on base rigid body. So we don't have the position variable. Is it just pause? Nope, it's not pause as well. Maybe we need to do get pause like this. Now if we play, yeah, that worked because now we're getting a new error.
Apply impulse in base rigid body 2D cannot convert argument 2 from int to vector 2. We need to put in a vector 2 here.
So vector 2 in the x we give 0, very weird looking 0, -5. Whoa, and there we're flying. That looks cool. We need to add some kind of input. If input dot is action pressed, the action being UI accept,
which is the spacebar. Okay, it's working and we're jumping.
So let's try to add a signal to it now.
Or connections in Godot 1.0.
Body enter, connect. So if any body enters, we do get tree dot quit. We need to add something here that actually can collide with our bird. So let's do static body 2D and add a sprite 2D to it as well. Now we need to set a sprite to it and we do pipe. Cool, we got our pipe here. Let's just put it right below our bird. Now if we play and if we fall, whoa, It's not what we wanted to do.
And this is where I hit a dead end. The collision check I put in the bird, whose job was to see when the bird collided with the pipes, kept colliding with the bird itself, making it impossible to run the game for even a second. After many minutes of failed attempts, I decided to rage quit and move on to 3D.
So for a 3D scene, I'd be more than happy if I can just make a simple third-person controller. But for that,
We need a player mesh.
so don't mind if I just yoink a character from another one of my projects. Let's refresh. What?
Refreshing isn't importing the mesh.
Importing 3D meshes. The 3D mesh importing workflow is simple and works using the OBJ file format. Well, in the newer versions of Godot, it works with the GLB file format, and that's what our asset is in. We can import 3D scenes, but we need to export them in a DAE format. Okay, let's go to Blender and hope we figure that out. Now if we export, we have FBX, GLTF, STL, OBJ. I don't see DAE anywhere. Let's try to export this in the OBJ format first. Surely that works. If I import the 3D mesh now and we go to our, yep, we're seeing it here. There we go. We have our character here. Now if I wanna add a camera, bring it back, and now finally we can play. And we have it pretty dark, but we have it. Add a light. We have a directional light with a pretty large gizmo. Do we have an environment also? Yes, we do.
We even have bloom here.
Oh, that's too much. Wow, that looks pretty retro style. I don't know why I'm surprised, but I was expecting it to have less features than it currently has, so I'm shocked with all the features it has.
Hello again. While I was rewatching my recording, I just realized that there was this help section inside the engine which has all the documentation, even for the rigid body 2D, which I literally looked for 15 minutes. I don't know what to say. Let us move forward, and I spent about 30 minutes in Blender and created a lot of these objects. Let me just import all of them and show you. And I'll have to do that for each one of them. That is not very ideal. And finally, we're done importing all of these meshes I just created. So this is the bird right there. I'm yet not sure how could I import its materials, so we'll have to figure that out now. So this is our bird texture. So let's just save it as a texture here. Now if we go to Blender, yeah, now you can see this bird texture here. Very cool. All I gotta do is make a material for it. And we can create a material here. Let's see. I like how you have to open a menu inside an object to edit its child. Like the mesh is the bird.mesh here. So if I want to change anything in this bird.mesh file, I'll have to click this tiny little arrow here, which will take me to its settings. It does keep the inspector quite organized and clean. This is what it looks like in Godot 4. You lose some, you gain some. Okay, here we can set our texture. Let's just load our bird PNG. Whoa, just have a look at that. We finally have our bird in the game. Let's just save our world scene and create a new one. Okay, so we want to make it a character body. What? Character body doesn't exist. Okay, let's just have a look at all the 3D nodes and maybe we can find something that we can use. What is this? A portal and a room? Let's have a look at what these are. A room contains the data to define the bounds of a scene. It is instant by a room instance node to create rooms. No idea what that means. Okay, so I'm assuming a portal works like a door to the room. Yeah. Portals provide virtual openings to room instance nodes so the camera can look at them from the outside. Note that portals are a visibility optimization technique and are in no way related to the game of the same name. Nice portal reference there. Hey, I need a quick second of your time. Please make sure to check if you're subscribed to the channel. If you're not, you know what to do. I want to get this channel monetized before the end of October this year, and your help would make a huge difference. Thanks, and let's get back to the video. Yeah, we were searching for character body. Yeah, maybe it's in physics bodies. It's not a vehicle or a static or a rigid body, so I'm assuming it's called a kinematic body. Also, we need a mesh instance, and the mesh instance is going to be our bird. There we go. Here we have our script. But before we program our bird, let me show you something interesting.
So this is the level I created. It's supposed to be a tunnel, which oh, I'm such a dumbass. I forgot to flip the normals and you cannot look at it from the inside. And that's the whole point. You're supposed to fly inside this tunnel.
From what I know, a normal is the direction a face is facing. In this cube, all the normals are pointing outside, which means this is the front part of the normals. But if I flip the normals, now they're facing inwards, and the faces are also only visible from the inside now.
Let's see if I can fix that through a material. I'm pretty sure there has to be a culling feature. Yeah, there is. Invert faces. That's what we're looking for. So this will be our starting tunnel. This is where our player will start. Now we can put our bird here. Okay, let's try playing. Okay, cool. We have our bird.
But before jumping the gun and wasting our time again, let's look at the docs first.
Let's see what kind of functions are there in the kinematic body. Okay, so that's how we move. So we do move, and then we do velocity, 0 on x, 0 on y, and -5 on z. Does that work? It doesn't look like that we're moving forward, is it? Nope, we are not moving. So where do we go from here then? Because this doesn't seem to be working. We're still getting the prints, right? Yeah, the print is working. So the problem is with this function. Okay, I found this player controller tutorial for a kinematic body 2D. Figure something out with this one. Let's hope so. I see we need to use move and slide. Is that it? Now if we do 0, 0, 5, doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. This dude here is just using this exact function, move, with velocity as its input, and
it's working for him.
set fixed process. I see, so there is a fixed process as well.
And all of his code is in fixed process too.
Maybe that's it. Set fixed process to true. And here also we do fixed process. Now, yep, we're moving.
You don't know how long this took.
So what we can do is now, let's create a speed variable. Var movement speed equals 0.1. And in our process function, we do movement speed plus equals 0.001, so that our movement speed keeps increasing with time, increasing the difficulty of the game. But we need to do a ton more stuff before that. So this is going to be our first tunnel, but for the other ones we're going to get a bit creative. So these are all the tunnels I made. This one has an opening in the bottom left, this one in the center, and so on, and they all have some pillars in the way as obstacles to stop our little bird. Now the next thing we gotta do is add some controls to our bird. If and there you have it. Flappy Bird made in Godot 1.0. Oh, it looks so trash. But to be fair, the blame is on me because I don't know shit about design or anything. I'm just trying to finish this level once at least. Can I do that? Oh, we were close this time. We were very close this time. Oh, we actually crossed that one. Oh, we're on fire. Yes. Whoa. Oh, that was very close to finish. We were like halfway there. Crap.
So for the final test of Godot 1.0, let's try to open this project in Godot 4. I bet this will be interesting. Okay, this is our project folder. Interesting. We don't see a project file in here. Nowadays, there is a .project file in the project folder, but there is nothing like this here. Okay, I got another method we can use to probably open this folder. So let's try to import it. Please choose a project.godot, a directory with one or a .zip file. So I guess we cannot open a Godot 1.0 file in Godot 4.0.